Hey everybody, we're back. This is part 2 of the Mastercraft NXT24 putting on the mooring cover. So I hope you all caught my video on how to take it off. Now it's time to put it on.
If not, it'll be linked right here.
Yeah. 44. So, first thing we're going to do is put down the sun cover. So you just snap this pole, snap this pole,
Mommy, you're interrupting his video.
and then close her up like so. Boom. Now this is actually kind of a pain. It's one of the more difficult parts because it's finicky. So here's the cover. And the way it goes is, so the Mastercraft is pointing towards the front. Okay, flip this on here. Okay, so for each one, it goes in the in-between bars, very important, like I pointed out before. And then it just zips up. Just gotta squeeze it together. And then there's a little Velcro tab. Okay. So now we're going to get the mooring cover itself. So now's a good time to turn off the battery. Just click that straight up to off. Okay. Now, as you recall from before, I put the front of the mooring cover in first. What are you looking for?
I'm just trying to see if everything's dry in there.
We're doing a YouTube video.
Okay, so now we're taking out the back of the boat, the back of the cover first. And you can tell it's the back, it's heavy because of the winches.
It's a winch.
You'll see later. And then this we'll work our way towards the front. Got our 2 poles in here, and they are labeled down on the bottom here, rear and front. The rear goes in the rear and the front goes in the front.
That makes sense.
Send the pole, push the little thing, snap it. Now you come to the front, bring your pole with you, and the very front has 2 little points in it. So what I do, make sure you got enough cover up here. You keep it to this side because we're going to have to close this door soon. And put it on the front. I didn't have enough. Caught on something. Okay, I think I had enough, but it just caught on it. So you put the 2 front things on, like so.
What 2 front things?
See these points here? There's points in the cover itself that matches that. Okay, then I'll put the front pole in. Okay, so the front pole's in. It's kind of on the front there. It can be a little tricky because it can fall off if you're not careful. Okay, so now I'll close the window. And you bring this over. It's like so. I'll close this door. It's like so. Okay, that's that. So now we'll bring this back in place. And you just kind of go over the side. Stuff caught on the seat here a little bit. Now this is a key point that has to be done on both sides. So this goes around the post, up the Velcro, and then this snaps. So the strap that goes all around the bottom of the boat, or the bottom of the mooring cover, is what holds it tightly in place. So that is key to get that done, and then we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. In fact, everything in this video is key. Now, at this point, we want to extend the rear post. And you put the rear post in place. So you just put it in and have it directly under where it should go. I'll pull this cover out to the back.
How do you know directly where it should go?
Just estimate it. So the cover is mainly pulled out. Now before I do it up further, I want to hook this over here. Okay. Now, drape it over the boat. Now, like when we undid it, we have to do these straps up. So this strap right here, you loosen it as required. Put her in. Same thing on the other side. Loosen it. Put it in. Now eventually we're going to snug this up, but before we snug it up really tight, we need to feed the fender and the rope onto the outside of the cover. Go under our rope, pull it through, and we'll undo our fender and put it through. So now they're on the outside. And the reason we do that is because we want the mooring cover on very snug. And now the rope tie all the way around, a non-locking knot, a locking loop. See, those are parallel. Throw in a couple other locking loops for good luck. Okay. Now we're going to do the exact same thing up here. That's extremely important that for your final tie down, that the boat is tied down pretty snug, because I don't want the boat twisting and potentially hitting the dock. So when you tie it down for your final one,
this is a good time to make sure you have the correct fender in the correct place. The one on the bow of the boat is on a longer line. The fenders should both be just touching the water. If they're up too high, then the boat has risk of hitting the dock when there are waves.
you should make sure there's no one on the dock on the same side as the dock as you. Stand over there, because then the dock sinks down and the distance from the dock to the boat is increased. So then you just rank. So then you just rank the non-locking one. Oh, oops, that's locking. Non-locking one. Locking. Parallel. Locking, locking. Okay. And that's not snug enough. Not satisfied with that. Also to the other side of the dock. And then we'll crank her in here. So, non-locking, locking, locking. Satisfied with that. Zip these up. And you can see this is loose right there now. Not good, but the final touch won't be loose. So now that we've done that, go back here. The straps here, one here, and one here. They're attached to those winches. So this now, I'll crank that down, pull that down, feed through the same U-bolt. So, and now the strap is completed all the way around the boat once this is in place. Okay, so now the final touches. Crank this tight. And you want to do one side until it's kind of snug. And then you go to the other side. And you really make her nice and snug. I'll go back to this side, I'll snug her up a little more. Like so. And the final one is pull on this a little bit, and that raises the whole thing up. And then that locks into place there. Hold her back in here. Now the whole purpose of this is we don't want water to pool on this cover at all. Because if it pools on the cover, it starts to leak through the cover and kind of wrecks the boat. That's it. Now if we look at this thing, it is super snug, can't even fit my fingers under there. Signing off.